Yes, we'll come right in the queue again, boys, alright?
I'm very well, how are you?
Good,
a bit late this morning?
Busy morning.
Busy doing what?
I had a meeting at 8:30.
Did you? Wait.
Can I tell you? No, Big Charlie went and had a coffee with him.
Did you? Oh, good. How is he?
He's good.
The man with the brilliant first touch, aye? That Charlie?
That Charlie, aye.
There's a few Charlies out there, aren't there?
Who else?
Charlie Miller.
No bad.
Didn't he?
Were you in Australia with Charlie Miller, no?
No, thank God there wasn't he? No, I think Charlie had used that, didn't he?
Yeah, training.
Barbecues, a few beers in the afternoon.
Good to have you back after yesterday.
Oh, by the way, hey.
Rubbish, wasn't it?
How good? I thought you were talking to him.
I know, but I shouldn't be putting you in that group of people shit, you know? You're too big. You built yourself up and you can't really stick with him.
Nah, he's a lovely fella, that Robbie boy, isn't he?
Nice boy. He's getting sacked soon.
Is he? Aye.
I'm going to sack him.
It's a wee bit of kind of something between the two of you, isn't it?
No, not at all. Right, what's your Rangers get? Oh, I've got to go over the sport here. Who's doing it?
Oh dear.
You did it.
I had a nightmare yesterday.
Obviously, you were good on the other thing we were doing.
Mate, how hard is that though?
Impossible.
No, I tipped my fucking cap to use.
I need to do that.
I'll take it. No,
scare the kids.
But I tell you what, that was a tongue twister, some of that stuff. So
you're used to that. You like them your tongue.
Use that. That's why you're late this morning. So use a professional at this. I'm well impressed with you guys.
Thanks, mate.
So go on. Show us how it's done. I read a wee bit of it.
Looking at the camera.
Well, obviously the joint greatest sponsor in the world, Grosvenor Sport, that has signed up offer £5 and get £25 free bets. Derek, you take it.
On any sport?
On any sport. Sign up at gsport.com//open goal.
You've not even looked at it.
No, looking at it. I feel like up last night doing it.
Tremendous.
Do you ever looking at Carol? Or do you always make eye contact?
Eye contact with you too.
So eye contact?
Always eye contact.
Let me know.
Light on, light off.
I got a serious
light on, I think.
Do you?
Like keeps his jeans on as well.
I just didn't do that.
You've been watching too many films.
That's been bad for your phone films, isn't it? How you cope with that?
You're struggling to deal with that, like yesterday game. You're the main man.
It was an interesting conversation with Mark and that. Aye. Yeah.
But last night
I wouldn't go there. No, I'm clean living, mate.
A wee dilemma
it
before.
was strange the themes that he likes, though.
I don't know why he was getting into that. But all flat now, you know. But last night was a weird one because the dilemma you had, you didn't know where to have a few beers or. This is unbelievable. This.
What was that?
I just had a big game on last night. Really looking forward to it, and I thought, well, I'll go for a few beers. Had a tub of ice cream. What do you think I went for?
Beers. I hope you went for beers.
Tub of ice cream.
Wasn't ice cream?
I was nearly skewing it then, man. I felt ill.
What age are you, 13?
I know,
ice cream.
tub of ice cream. That was my pre-match on a Friday night. I always sat down and watched Friends and a big tub of ice cream. There you go. That's crazy, isn't it?
What's your favourite Friends episode?
My favourite? I don't think I've got a favourite, but
who's your favourite character?
Joey was hilarious, but you like the Phoebe's some of Phoebe.
Phoebe's the fucking worst character.
I know, but hey, that's not what she's a bit of a happy daft. Happy daft. You know what I'm talking about, didn't you?
Phoebe, she's the worst character, isn't it?
Aye, but that's the game.
What was ice cream you were eating?
What was that Cardior? So it was.
Cardior's shite, mate.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't last night, it was new.
Who would you deal every time? It'd be a Ben and Jerry's or Heinz.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Cardior's like
Ross was sitting eating that.
Rossy Friends?
Rossy Stripper. He's back.
Who's always eating ice cream?
He was the Ben and Jerry's man. No, well, it was tremendous during that game.
So, no beers now?
No beers, I can't believe it.
So, like him,
I'm a changed man, athlete.
Ross as well, no beers now?
No, they're big for work early in the morning. They're a bit half 6.
Do you have the outfit on?
Just what? The guys want strippers at 6 in the morning? For their work?
No, that's his thing. That's his part-time job.
Oh, it's part-time, right?
No, it is.
What did you think of the game? Rangers, what?
Unbelievable, great performance as well. I have to obviously put my. I was quite.
You were adamant that PSU.
Adamant, that's the word. I didn't cut a few people off. Saying that I think I done it, and it was probably bad punditry. I think you've got to be impartial when you're on the panel, but I wasn't.
But you genuinely believed that, though, no?
I genuinely did believe
that. That's good punditry.
Because they were impressive at Ibrox in terms of their pace, their power, their aggression. But it just shows you there's levels that Rangers can get to, and they had to get to them last night. And first 10 minutes took a wee bit for them to kind of settle. But once you get their passing going, certainly for the back, the boy Sands
done really well,
was different class. Just shows you, when you've got I was kind of a wee bit worried with the boy De Jong. Maybe peeling onto him, the physicality, but on the ball, it just shows you when you've got that ball playing centre back, what a difference it can make at that levels. Because you talk about playing between the lines, but just feeding it into a Tillman, a Kamara, they're on the half turn, then they're away into Sholak, then you've got Lawrence and that support weekend. And it was real good performances last night, certainly. McLaughlin, and there's this debate, McLaughlin and McGregor, the managers decided on McLaughlin, and I thought it was, and he did show last night, a couple of times, balls into the box. He came. McGregor's, that's not his game, but and he is decent with his feet, but he's pulled off 2 great saves last night, 2 absolute top drawer. So he had a big performance. Sands and a boy, for me, Tillman and Lawrence. Lawrence was excellent as well. I mean, getting him for nothing.
Great bit of business.
Great recruitment, that. But Tillman, I think he's a bit,
Van Bronckhorst should get so much credit on it, because so many people saying put McGregor back in goals, take Sands out of the team, put a wee bit more physical presence in the team, stick Morelos, keep him in. He makes big calls, Van Bronckhorst. He doesn't care about, he doesn't really go under what people say, pressure. He just sticks to his beliefs and... He's done some unbelievable in Europe, especially.
That's what I was thinking last night. It's not just Rangers going there and getting everybody behind the ball. It tells that first off they're keeping that ball for fun, aren't they? And PSV are starting. I think he's took Rangers to a whole new level, Van Bronckhorst. And that's because Gerrard was great in Europe. But as I said, in that European run last year, they're going to be to Dortmund, Leipzig. They're a proper team now in Europe.
And they've got a belief in that. You could see the confidence just coming back into their play. And they actually believed they could win that last night. I was a wee bit, like you guys, I was a wee bit apprehensive, because having a look at them, I thought they might have had a wee bit too much. But Rangers had to get to that level last year in the Europa Cup and against some of the teams, Slaney, and they did that.
It was an advantage that he'd obviously managed at Feyenoord as well. He probably knew how PSV would play, how the Dutch teams play.
Well, I'm not so sure about an advantage, but... Go back to the game. I mean,
it seemed like you had them sussed though. I thought Van Bronckhorst, PSV.
Well, I think the players had them sussed. Slaney,
that comes for the manager. Sure, the players have not just walked on that pitch and sussed them straight away.
No, but
Van Bronckhorst
I think what they done in that first half, I think maybe they were a wee bit surprised, because we know Dutch sides are always going to be good technically, but I was even a wee bit surprised by the pace and the power. So the players maybe they've adapted to that. They knew what to expect. Probably knew they were going to maybe come at them, the first 10 minutes. And they absorbed that, and then they started to get their own game going. And
the goal comes through high press as well, doesn't it?
By the way,
could it be easy to go and sit off in your own half of the pitch?
That's what you're saying, so you got to pick your moments, and fair play to Tillman, because a lot of times boys get into that, they get a wee bit rash, maybe just hit for goal, but it just squares it to show that, the simplest of tasks, in it. But no, they were excellent. And even the boys that come on as well, he obviously likes, right, because I don't know if he's a fan's favourite, but he trusts him.
Again, he doesn't cave to pressure, he just sticks with his players.
And he sticks with his philosophy. Because obviously the Morelos man, it's interesting.
Right, quick though, did you see the one he got the boy booked towards the end?
Aye, yes.
Quick, right, he's got pace.
Aye, and he likes him. You can see that. I mean, he started the Europa Cup final last season, so it just shows he's, as I say, he's maybe no some of the fans' favourite, but the manager likes him, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
But see, talking about Morelos, see when I seen that he wasn't gone, I worried a wee bit for him. Not worried, but I thought Rangers could struggle now, because he's somebody, especially in the games, has been excellent for Rangers. But the big boy done really well, didn't he?
Aye, because you holding the ball.
Just we've been doing a few times a wee bit too easy, try to kind of win free kicks and that. So, but I was a wee bit like you, because see with Morelos' situation, I would have fined him. I would have gave it to him in terms of the press, gave him a bit, and I put him in that dressing room with the rest of the boys and told him to make an apology to the rest of them, because this is going back. He must have seen some of that stuff, that he wasn't quite as fit, he wasn't as focused 3-4 weeks ago. Maybe should have nipped it in the bud. And I just think we had a massive game like last night that could have went the other way. Thankfully it didn't, but But Morelos, he actually, what was it? No text. I put it out into the social media last night. We're back. Well, you've got a job to get yourself back. You've got to win the trust, not just to the manager, not just to the players. I think it's the fans now, I know, because he's got to realise where he is, what he's got. The fans love him, but they've lost their patience with him, I know. So I think he needs to go and have a wee chat with likes of the McGregors, the Steve Davis, and sit down with him.
Do you think that's happened though in the last?
I think he's had so many chances.
So many chances. I wonder now if Van Bronckhorst was maybe, do you know, that's enough.
He might have. But the way he reacted to the question that was posed to him last night after the game about Morelos, he says he's still a squad member, and it was basically leaving the door open. It's still there for you, but it's up to you. Now the penny's got to drop. He's had so many chances. See, when you go to Rangers and you've been at Rangers, you normally only get one chance, one bite at it, and then you're out the door. He's had how many?
I know.
So he's a lucky boy. So he needs to realise that quickly, get his act together. And the one thing you'll know now, that he's no first choice. So it's different for him. He's, over the past number of years, when he's been fit, he gets straight in there. That's not the case now.
Do you always only get one bite at it, or you like a few bites at it, didn't you?
Oh, aye, a few bites. Got to in it.
Kovac, he's the type that they've needed to. You think back last year, that Dundee United game, remember, kind of decisive towards the end of the season, up at Tannadice, were putting hundreds of balls across the box and there was nobody in there to finish it. Kovac seems that type. Have you got that many creative players? Do you need a Morelos who comes and links a play, or do you need somebody that's going to be in the box and score goals?
Well, I think you're talking about domestically and the amount of chances that Rangers make. Aye, you need that box player. That's what he is.
Like,
I don't see when he was getting the criticism for certain quarters about he doesn't work hard enough, he's not linking the play. I played with some, and I'm talking about the McCoys, the John Robertsons, the two probably the best finishers that I played with. They were box players. They came alive in the box. Certainly we John Robertson. And that's what he's like. He's alive in the box to the situation.
Right, you're playing that 4-2-3-1, you didn't really need him to come in. You've got three front players that can go into this.
Interchange and go in the box. So you're right, he's a box player. And I think everybody's starting to understand that. He's different from what Morelos was.
It's amazing though, isn't it? Now we've got two teams in the Champions League.
It's brilliant.
Incredible, isn't it? How will you think though, see on Rangers, with they're on the Europa League, with the teams they played and performance last night, how will you think they can do in the Champions League?
I mean,
it's a whole new level though, isn't it?
Aye, again, and that's...
But are these teams as good as what you think now?
Aye, well, you fought Dortmund and all these Rangers are just...
Look at Liverpool, who I think is one of the best about, and Man United who got beat 4-0 off Brentford.
They've got a lot of injuries, and if you were to look into Liverpool, I know the situation, they've not even got a midfield at the minute, Liverpool. Sorry, but... I still
Chelsea as well.
I still think they're
Leeds
at a
beat them 3-0 at the weekend.
Aye, well, but it's mouth-watering, isn't it? No knowing who you're going to...
You're talking about it, ideally, what are you
come up with...
I came up with a great shout, didn't I?
Aye.
You're wanting a big name.
Definitely one of the
best in the world, and then maybe
a couple that you could
maybe get a wee bit
a result. A wee nibble at.
Because I think if you get, I mean, the way the pots are looking,
I agree with that. So because you do want the massive, the big teams coming, the Real Madrids, whatever you know there, but then you want a couple you think
could get Frankfurt again, Rangers.
But by the way, I think a lot of I would like to have another wee go at them. So I think a lot of Rangers supporters would like that as well. You know, try and get one back here them. But no, it's brilliant. You're right. The two of them in the draw. Glasgow's going to be buzzing for the next 3-4 months, isn't it?
Nothing like Champions League football.
Isn't it? It's brilliant. What it brings here, to the city as well. Isn't it? Even for us, you know, talking about it, the buzz, the big teams, I think it was just magic. It's brilliant.
12 years it was, wasn't it? Rangers last time we were in it.
I know. I even think something where Rangers were 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's brilliant to be back. And it's somewhere.
Would you get rid of Morelos, Derek?
Would I get rid of him? Oh God. I'm a fan of Morelos, right? In terms of what he gives you, that physicality and that, but as we've just spoke about it, you know, he's had no one, he's no two, he's had 3 or 4 chances. So I think this is it. One more. If he doesn't get his act together, then I don't think they'll offer him a new contract.
Tell you what, no, they'll not go for free.
What is it, a year left?
They'll try and punt him.
For money?
See, I think the manager, he handled the question brilliantly last night. You know, he didn't show any emotion. You know, it was whether he thought that answer through, I don't know. But then that's the conundrum. Do you try, because you hear there's a lot of interest, but why is he not went over the last 3-4 years? You know, I'm sure clubs and everybody must have the view look at him. So there's something that's not quite.
I think managers now digging at everything, don't they? Their personality, their suspension.
Well, use a manager now. Right, it's not just about what you're getting on the park. It's what they look for, what you like off the park, what you like in the dressing room, and what we're seeing with Morelos after the Union game. What does he do? And seeing you go back to that, we're 2-0 down in that tie, so we won 3-0 at Ibrox. Brilliant night. The players are out there, quite rightly, applauding the fans, because the fans played their part that night. What did Morelos do? He went up the tunnel. He just shot up the tunnel. I noticed that. I'm sitting there watching. I wasn't at the game. I was in the house and I was with my tub of ice cream. And I was, and that's the first thing I saw. And I went, get out there with the rest of the boys. You're a team. It's not just about one individual. So maybe that's.
But even on last night, everyone's great because they won. But what if they're getting beat last night and they need to bring on a striker and he's not there?
What happened last? Did you see Lawrence had a wee bit of cramp? Show had a wee bit of cramp.
That's what I'm saying. So,
and there you go, and that's when you might have needed somebody like that to come on, affect the game, and so it's a big. Your boss is a question. Well, I don't know, but maybe the manager. There's a lot of other.
So will he be here in the transfer window, Jack? Yes or no?
I would say aye.
I'm not so sure. I couldn't answer that at the minute.
Trying to be teams wanting him.
Aye, well, there's.
If you're a manager now and you're looking at him, the shape and that he's in, you're not taking him in.
No, because he's had his pre-season. We're well into the season now, and let's talk about Seville being after him. I think if they get any sort of money, 3-4 million, I think you bite your hand.
But then the Rangers they need to go out and try.
I think they will. I think they'll go now and get
another one.
Aye.
John Abika.
He's been desperate for a while.
And it's top.
I think it'd be wise for them to go out and get another forward, another striker. Let's talk about at the back. I think Sands answered that in terms of ball playing. But we've got Hollander to come back.
Davis,
Suter, Davies and all the injury prone, so I think they're kind of well covered there. But I think another striker, and I think the board should allow him to go. But
surely with the 40 million quid now you're getting a striker in there.
You don't know, but they should say, right, there you go, there's a wee pot of money, what you've done over the last 6 months for us, there's your reward, go and you get somebody that you want in. So
I'd be trying to sniff a wee bit like Gilmore.
Rangers have been, or you've been?
No. If I was Rangers, I'd be sniffing about him. No, he's a striker, obviously, but I think he'd be brilliant at Rangers.
Listen, Gilmore's a top player, but I think there's a lot in that area. I mean, let's talk about Kamara gone. You've got Lundstrom in there, you've got Jackets.
Davis.
Aye, Davis said it. I was a wee bit disappointed he never started last night. And because you're waiting in the team news, Kamara's in there, and I'm going, I'd have went with Davis, but Kamara was different class last night. So I think Gilmore's a top player, there's no doubt about it. Exciting young player, but I think Rangers are well covered in that department.
You wonder how Van Bronckhorst makes his decision, like why go with Kamara last night, and it works out to be, he always gets it right, doesn't he?
Aye.
Especially in Europe.
But you see your players in training, so maybe they get there might be a wee something, you see something in training that the guys are at it, they've got a point to prove, and they just say, he's going to be just right. But see the small details, that's what he's done brilliant with Broncos. He's got them right.
He is, and he's very strong, and he doesn't care if what player is a best player or not.
That's what you need that.
Yeah.
But that's a kind of Dutch kind of like that a wee bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's in a good way.
Are you watching the draw today?
Oh, aye.
Tub of ice cream.
Big tub of ice cream.
Can you video that while you're watching it?
What can I?
What did you wear when you're eating the ice cream?
Oh, just my.
What did you have last night for a game?
Just my thumb last night.
Is it?
Rangers that one?
No, just that. I had a short. So what will I go for? What ice cream?
Tight shorts or baggy?
Oh, baggy.
No, you're tight.
No,
you've got
you need to let the King's breed, don't you?
No, baggy. Baggy to
I hope Celtic get Real Madrid. See if you get Barca.
It could happen,
I think it's meant to be. I think it'll get Real Madrid. Because you don't want Barca, AC Milan, Benfica. You get that every single season.
You've had that. You want some
shite. You want an English club as well. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What English club would you?
I think I'd be pop at Chelsea.
Chelsea just now. You take Chelsea, wouldn't you?
Tottenham. I like Tottenham as well. What are you doing there? Their stadium. Have you been in their stadium?
Yeah.
It looks unbelievable.
But I think you could do something against Tottenham, no?
So do I. That's what I'm saying. I don't think these teams are as good as
Bar's obviously your son and Kane and that, but the rest are dog shit, isn't it?
Harry Winks in that, mate. Keys that. Stupid. Right, so Dundee United v Celtic at the weekend. Last thing Dundee United did that.
That's the last thing they need.
People always say, I don't never get when people say when you're a bad run, listen, you're coming up against Rangers, Celtic, whatever it is. I said,
Man U did kind of show it to against Liverpool, didn't they? But I'm with you, mate. I'd much rather
what do you think the players are thinking?
Shit, fuck.
What excuse can I take out?
That's exactly. So
I think Celtic are talking about letting them play with 12 players and just saying you might let them.
I think they squat early. But this is what you say. You said the other day about obviously Dundee United playing higher up the pitch. Will they do that against Celtic?
Well, the day I know you've asked him. I'm like that. Wow.
If St Mirren are cutting up the mountain like that, then...
Well, Hearts never first half, and I thought Celtic were better first half. Hearts went up against them second half, and I thought Hearts were better.
Oh yeah, I never seen that. Right?
I'm going to pick it. I think you need to. If you let them play, mate, they're going to play through you.
I just think, well, if St Mirren... But Celtic are only going to hit the counter. Celtic are going to have the ball.
It's the state. What are they like? What kind of place are they in mentally at the minute? They just can't. They're nowhere near.
They're all sitting with tubs of ice cream in there.
They'll need me a lot of ice cream. But they must be sitting. They'll feel that game. So they will.
Do you think that could be it in that game?
Yes. Do you know something? See if Celtic, the way Celtic start, they come flying out the traps. Imagine they get a couple of an early goal. Imagine their mindset. That just is it Celtic Park, innit?
Is it Celtic Park?
Is it Celtic Park?
No, it's Tannadice.
Is it Well, that's maybe a difference because you've heard boys going when you go to.
Sometimes that's worse when you're in front of your home fans.
Aye. It's a long 85 minutes or whatever it is. Then it's a game of running. I'm going to be chasing them with other shit. But and once, like say the Celtic and the Rangers get ahead and they play with confidence, they can absolutely rip you to shreds.
I
think Jack Ross is probably just 8 weeks in. He probably still doesn't know his best team or what formation suits his team best. I think he's chopped and changed quite a bit.
What he's got is very good players, but he needs to get them into a way of thinking, not just.
I'll go 3-5-2. There you go. 3-5-2. I think you get
go two up against
Tony Watt and Fletcher. Watt do and they run about Fletcher, hold the ball up in the box. You've got then Charlie on the left side.
Edwards, but then who's your third centre back? I think the boy Liam Smith's played there, but I think he's more a full back, isn't he?
Aye.
And then you can drop into a 5.
You fear for them. Anyway, that's the one thing, don't you? You fear for United.
And then Big Julian this week, you see that?
He's away, isn't he? 3-year deal at Montpellier.
No surprise there, is it? What was his injury? That injury worked off the post, wasn't it? He's not played since, has he?
See what I was going to ask you, sorry, Slaney, about the United. But we spoke a wee bit about that solution meeting.
The meeting, solution meeting, aye.
Have you heard about that?
No, what's this?
So it's like the players or whatever, the coaches, they've went and they have a meeting to talk about what's going on, the problems that they're having, without the manager. It's normally the dressing room. Sometimes you've got the captain or a couple of strong characters in the dressing room would say, right, it's not happening now, right, listen, we'll go and we'll sort it out ourselves. That doesn't need to be at the football club, that can be some other environment. I wonder how that goes down, because it was made public last week.
What, the United had one?
Aye, and what Jack, I wonder what he thinks about that, whether he feels they're talking behind his back or whatever. Well, sometimes it used to be a good thing in our day, because we used to do it, it was it'd be a few beers involved, and it was like kind of just clear the air stuff, and say what you want to get. Now, if you've got a wee grievance with one or two of the players in that dressing room, you maybe don't want to air them in front of the gaffer but sometimes you
usually turns into a bit of rabble, so doesn't it?
Sometimes it can be a good thing. It just clears the air, and gets it up. You get it out there, and that's it.
Football's it's absolutely mental. I was thinking about it with Jack Ross. I've said this before, so I'm repeating myself, but they beat Alkmaar, and it's like this unbelievable couple of defeats, and it's now panic stations, isn't it? It's a crazy world.
Aye, but it is.
Don't know why I said that point.
That's how it's so difficult, isn't it? And that's how you put all your trust in the players that you bring to your club. But you've got to get off. That's the one thing at the start of the season. You've got to get off to a decent start. So you have just bed yourself in, and they're just struggling.
You're a bit timid, are you?
Me?
You a bit timid?
No, Tim. I'm
alright. You're angry.
Angry or not? I've got nothing to be angry about this morning.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Well,
is it right? Julian left? He's not. Big Jens looks better, doesn't he? So does Starfelt for me.
Don't like kicking man.
Big Julian wasn't for me.
No, I don't like kicking man when he's just left. Not easy to do, but too many excuses. And I remember the one where I said on the podcast it was greeting, I remember, and then I could pull up that for that one. But listen, you don't, a centre half for Celtic, no matter what position, you don't go and make excuses and greeting all that on the pitch.
I see you never, people say never thanked Ange in his
I don't know if they got on
goodbye statement. I think he thanked Lennon, somebody else, but Ange wasn't mentioned.
Maybe Ange's been in, but there's no seen him part of his thing, so you don't know what you can do.
Again, you need to, don't you, like Van Bronckhorst and Morelos, if somebody's not for you, then you
can't do it.
That's life. Crack on.
Do you see comfortable Celtic victory then?
I could be it. I do, and if they go with the formation I said, I think it could be sticky, but
I know you, I think that could be quite scary for United. So it could that, they could get that. If they're not careful, they could be a doing, and I could be the end of his reign up there.
No,
I'm telling you.
What?
No,
you'll get sacked after getting beat for Celtic.
No way, Dale.
No, come on.
No, Derek.
Do you know he's under pressure? I like Jack Ross. You've heard me speak about him before, but I'm telling you.
I don't think so. No, yeah.
See, when all that's going on behind the scenes. Listen, Chair. What happened? Look, he's already lost his job when he was in the semi-final. He was in a cup final.
He was in final.
He was third in the league or whatever.
So where's this came out? The players had the meeting?
He says nothing surprises you in football. I don't know what they had it, but they had that solutions meeting or whatever you call it.
Where did you see this? I've not seen it.
No, we heard about it. It was well documented it last weekend. So it was. So it's out there. People know what's happening. So I just find it funny, like, they come up with solutions.
So how's that? How's people find out about that? Surely the boys just sit and talk and then
maybe somebody's like to it. Somebody's well, it takes you somebody to kind of, say to one of their friends or one of their pals, and then the next thing, it's like, it's got a snowball effect. Because Scotland were in.
So I like Jack Ross. I think he's a good manager. I do. I've tipped him to be third in the league. I can't know that.
But he's got to be careful.
No, of course. I just think, but as I said, it's a new team.
Would you bring back Tam Courts about him?
He's not doing well, I don't know, is he?
I don't know, Tam, no.
I don't think so. I think he started doing that. But again, he's sent a new job, isn't he?
It takes time. It takes all time. But a guy's flying with his new job. Stevie Hamill.
He is flying.
Fucking hell.
He's flying.
His team weren't flying at the weekend.
Did you watch him?
Aye. I was at the game. They were a wee bit... it wasn't a great game, the first half. But you could see their strategy. That he's trying to let them... I think that let them play with a wee bit more freedom. But I think he's got a half decent bench as well. I mean, you slaughtered me about Van Veen, or was it Andy?
Team of the year.
It's decent.
No team of the year.
3 goals he scored.
Decent, by the way. I quite like
He's a good player, the big man.
But there, at Fir Park on Saturday, the place was packed. And that was because of Stevie Hamill. He's got that connection with the punters. And there's somebody, see if he had a few dodgy results, I don't think that would affect. I think the fans still coming.
Stick by him.
Aye. It was good to see Fir Park actually.
Aye.
Because you'd have not had that over the last season or two. So that's a Stevie Hamill.
How important do you think it is for McInnes to start picking up points?
Aye, we were talking about it yesterday. I think he might struggle at the weekend. But listen, at the end of the day, Derek McInnes he's proved himself over the years. He's a good man. He'll get it right. He needs. He's even come out and says he needs a wee bit more in terms of quality. What he's got, but it's just some of the goals that they've conceded in the box. I got to work on it, and just they don't react quick enough for me. But he knows that. He's a good manager. He'll sort that out in the long run. I says they were going to be the surprise package this season, but the more you kind of look at it, you think, just kind of consolidate.
See for McInnes coming up for the Championship, right, and he's looking at recruitment. Where do you see the budget he'll have? And this goes for a lot of Scottish managers. Where do you look? Where is it? Sort of lower England, or
you need to gamble, don't you? I think he needs to take
because I don't. Well, we would assume Derek McInnes got loads of contacts. He's played, so there'll be a wee nugget or two down there, maybe in the lower divisions that we don't know about. But again, it comes down to that fact that these good players, why are they playing at that level? It might be because of their mentality, because of their character, and maybe he's the guy. And that's the thing. I think with Derek McInnes, once he works with players, I think he is good at that, working with the guys with their character and their mentality.
You look at even sort of maybe the better players of the other teams in the league. You'd think, sort of Hibs, Aberdeen, Hearts will snap them up.
Yeah.
So it leaves the clubs a wee bit. Where do we look now?
Aye, but I think he's got good contacts. So he has, and I think he realising that. He's played with a lot of players that he's managed down there. So
I think a lot of teams have got like technical directors now that go
and they do it all.
But I don't think Dale picks his own players. Where do you look at Hibs, Lee Johnson's not picked some of the foreign boys, is he? There's been obviously somebody in place there that's went and got them. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that Dale deserves that.
Was with him last week, Scotty Allen.
I thought that'd have been one for Dale.
I know.
Yeah.
Would that not be a no-brainer? By the way, not just Stephen Kilmarnock, some of the other teams. So why have they not went there? You know, I'm still amazed that I know he'll enjoy himself under Dick Campbell, but why is he playing in the Championship?
He's Scottish, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's extremely good looking.
Even like Paul McGinn and that, I thought maybe with Dale, I don't know how much Motherwell are paying them, but Paul McGinn, Blair Spittle, they got them on free transfers. I thought Dale would maybe, but again, maybe Motherwell can pay more. Because the boys that he signed are two boys for the Championship, isn't it? McInroy for Ayr and
McInroy's a good player, but
Mayo that was on loan for Rangers with Thistle last year.
Aye,
McInroy
younger guys, both with all firm, well, Celtic Rangers, maybe not get that, obviously never get their opportunity. And see, they guys are young and hungry and get something to prove. And I think that's what maybe Dale looks like, Derek McInnes looks for.
The boy Lowry, I know he's got a bad tackle.
Did you see that? Did you see that tackle?
That was a shock, mate, wasn't it?
I don't know.
But I just wonder players like that, maybe you'd have a wee look at for loan, because they put him playing under 20s, is there?
I don't know, what's the situation?
I don't think he can play 20s now, I think he's too old, is he? He doesn't play in the B team now, does he?
What did he get injured all night? But was that no?
That was a cup though, wasn't it? I don't think he's played in the league.
No, so I think he's better out on loan, isn't he?
Oh, big, the boy, he's proved that he's a good player.
He can play at that level.
He can easily play at that level. Yeah. People look at his stats and think, I should bulk himself up. No, just leave him be. He's a good footer player.
He's well said.
You don't need, everybody thinks you need to be.
That's a side advantage for you.
What?
It's a side advantage for you then.
So, but no, that boy, he needs to go and play now.
Yeah.
Because he's a wee taste it. Once you've had a taste of it,
straight back.
You want more, don't you?
Fucking right.
Snoddy, maybe going to Motherwell. Be a great signing for Motherwell now.
Brilliant, aye.
And even imagine him in the dressing room. Aye, everything that goes with it, he's a top player. And just looking at him, he still looks a fit boy. I'm sure he will be. Lives his life well.
He'll look after himself.
A real character. And sometimes, I think Stevie Pamela knows him, didn't he? As well. I think he knows him.
He would have probably at the same time he would have played. I've made that up because you said that.
Hamill? No, I think Hamill's a wee bit older than Snoddy.
Is he? I think they know each other, but I don't know how. I don't know.
Spoke to each other on the pitch. They would have played against each other.
I'm not sure. I don't know that, but I'm sure he said that in an interview. I think he says, I know Snodgrass, but no, that would be a brilliant signing for Motherwell.
Would the Hibs or Hearts take Snoddy?
You think so, mate?
Aye, maybe would Hibs not go for? See, when you look at a Hearts and then you look at a Hibs. This is just from the outside looking in. I just think there's a lot of good characters in that Hearts dressing room.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
You look at the Hibs, they're good players, but I'm not sure about their, what I'm trying to say is, I would rather be in a Hibs dressing room, not just because I'm an I'd rather be in a Hearts dressing room, not just because I'm an ex-Hearts player. Just looks as if it would be a better place to be. And sometimes that can...
What, you think Hibs players are born bastards?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of guys that are foreign boys there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you wonder about them. It's all about the mix. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to get your own opinion, but I'd rather be in a kind of Hearts.
I think Hibs have still got Aiden, Porteous, Hanlon, Marshall,
Nisbet. But you need the Scottish, you need them in there. Aye. You need them. You need that type in there, don't you? Yeah.
So I'm Hibs, I'd take Snoddy in a minute.
In a minute, aye, of course you would. Definitely.
Aberdeen as well, good one. Take Snoddy.
I don't know though, because he would been good when he went in, but he
older boys kind of
to bring in that, so I don't know if he's maybe looking to a player like that. I think Snoddy for any sort of Scottish team.
But you're right with the age. I think that's what Jim Goodwin's trying to do there, and to bring a certain type, young, hungry, athletic, and bring that age.
Aye, 100%. And then a cracking game, St Mirren Hibs. a cracker in it.
I think.
Well, St Mirren have started well, because they were tipped they could be struggling this season, and that's the that counter, that's fucking deadly at times, that can be. But I've heard from a lot of people here, by the way, that Hibs are a wee bit, even during the games, are very a mixed bag. That's the words I'm getting told about Hibs, because I've not seen a lot of them. I've tried to watch as much as I can, but I'm hearing that a right mixed bag. Would you go with that?
What they've shown is a bit of character, haven't they? Because they've come back and scored last minute goals. So, let's say they don't down tools, they don't spit the dummy, they keep at it. And that's fair play to them and their manager. So, I think, I agree with you, like, in terms of, like, through 90 minutes, they blow hot and cold. But one thing is they keep going, they keep at it. So, there's a lot to be said for that.
Who do you like? Have any new signings that you've seen that you like? Hibs that have impressed you so far?
At Hibs? Nah, I think I'll take the thought of these boys that have came from abroad a wee bit of time. Of course it does, but sometimes you don't get that. When you look at, we're talking about United, there's some good players in there that are, like McGrath's come back up, for England. He was different class at St Mirren. He's not settled yet, and you need guys like that to settle. So take them a wee bit to settle. I think when we can discuss all that is after the first quarter of the season going, then you get a kind of better reflection of how the season's going to go.
I'm in current talks with Boyle to come on.
Martin Boyle?
See, genuinely, I'm not even joking.
Who's met Dylan McGee's met
another failed attempt to make it. I've never got somebody on this show, you know that? 4 years old, and I've always been in advanced talks, but Martin Boyle, it's really good, isn't it, to be talking to him?
And how do you know him?
I don't.
You don't? You just
but now I'm out there talking to people on it, just to see if you could come on. So he was one that certainly was, I would say it's a green light for, he'll be on very soon.
Brilliant.
How we good to get one winner? Find out his time of learning all that.
Get the impact he's had.
Aye,
and that's what you want as a player.
That can be the difference, can it?
Aye, can be the difference, definitely.
It's a chippy wee guy,
Aye, good.
He's an Aberdonian, isn't he?
I'll take that right out when he comes in here.
Aberdeen,
aye. You take that what?
Take that straight out when he comes here.
No, he'd be good on this, mate, he's wild.
Is it?
Aye, he likes a drinking that. Good guy.
Aye. Alright. See, I just showed you. It doesn't look like that.
No. He's a proper laugh boy like that.
Did you hear Shaw that last night? After that game, he says, the interview, he says, I can't wait. He says, have a good wee drink. And then
good on him. You enjoy yourself. That's what he said about.
Does he know he's got a game on Saturday?
Where's he for Croatia?
Aye.
What a place that is. You been?
I've never been.
Split the best place.
Did you go Stag do there?
Stag do twice I've been. Good.
Any stories for that?
Any stories? No.
I mean, I think you've told me one before.
Oh no, I did. I had my mate. Remember, he got steaming. He went in the wrong room. Went in our woman's room and lay in her bed. She came out her bathroom and jumped in her bed, and she went fucking mental. He was lying in her bed, so she phoned down to reception. I think the police got shanked. She phoned the police. He lost his phone a day before that, and then he got in he was staggering about the corridor for about 20 minutes. He said steaming. He says he gets in the lift, and who's in the lift? The same woman. She starts fucking screaming. So the police got phone. That was the worst stag do of his life, he said.
Oh, you stag do's? Imagine you've been up to
What's going on his stag?
It was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, was it?
It's his birthday.
What'd you get him?
John Carver jumped to the cake. John Carver was up at Lennox Town.
How awkward was that?
Oh my God.
He shouted, didn't he?
Who did?
Alright, Si.
No, he never.
Who shouted to you?
Carver did. No, it was Woodsy, was it?
Oh, was it Woodsy? Because he's up with him. But I'm standing right beside Woodsy, talking to Woodsy, and Carver comes up to introduce himself to Woodsy. No, introduce himself, Woodsy brought him in, sorry.
Right.
So he's shit with his one, so I'm standing there, and you're talking to somebody else, but I'm trying to catch your eye. Look who's beside us.
I seen him for a distance, but I was talking to somebody else.
I was shite myself. You're talking to the person, aren't you?
Who?
Carver.
Is he been in
it? It's his birthday.
He was having a quiet night.
Did he jump at the cake?
I heard him saying that other day, he's heading out to Italy as soon as he can.
What did you get him for his birthday?
We'll go over and we'll take him out for a wee bite eat next week, and then we'll take him somewhere and he can buy whatever he wants. But he should be getting me, never mind his birthday. I want my wee Vespa, by the way.
How are you going to buy one? You still want that thing attached to the seat?
It's your big thing, that helmet. That's a...
Like that on the vest?
I can just... that was used to it before he's...
Oh yeah, that
wasn't even that. I'm just turned 23, so he's
to grow up.
I'm worried a bit long.
Man, isn't he?
I'm worried a bit long.
You need to go and see her, don't you?
I'm worried about her there herself. He's training out with the boys. Think she maybe needs a wee bit of company later.
She's about, I've got to swear there, she's about 6 months pregnant.
By the way, I've noticed there's a wee break coming up soon, right? At the weekend. We could maybe go earlier at that time. I'm sure it's in mid-September.
It's 24th, isn't it?
Would you let us come out? Film it.
You're always welcome. Of course you are. That's what you should...
Has he got a house?
I'll be moving into his wee flat.
Would you let him try it in the flat?
I'm going to do that.
You can do what you want.
I do.
I mean, you just do what you want.
I think you'll be guest Jennifer.
And your helmet.
Imagine that. I never done a helmet.
Where's he going for his stag?
I don't know. I've not even discussed it.
He'll be going to that.
He's not getting married.
Oh, I thought he was getting married.
No, he's not getting so much. Usually got married.
Alright. So he's had a kid and he's not getting married?
That used to be frowned upon in the past, but no.
It's
just...
Did you and Carol do it?
No, not at all.
Married first?
Yes, aye. Done it right.
How was the wedding like?
Done it right way. Aye, it was very... aye. I was half boggled, to be honest with you.
Do you have a kilt on?
No.
Did you not sit?
Were you grating on your wedding day?
Green? No. Do you want to know...
What's happening?
Do you want to know what I didn't like about the wedding? That you have to leave like at 12 o'clock and everybody else is partying on.
No, I know.
I know. Well, that's what was kind of one of the... What do you call it?
I know it.
Traditions that is up here. They were all shoving us out the door going, can you go? I'm like, no chance.
There's something waiting for you to sign it. The shop putter.
I never went near the shop putter, by the way. No, with the big smelly oaksters. No chance. I wasn't in.
And then just go straight on your honeymoon?
Back, I could be flying out the next day, but no chance. That's one thing you shouldn't do. You book a hotel and all that, and you organise a party, all your pals are there, and then you leave at 12 o'clock. What's that all about?
For a 5-minute blast?
No, it wasn't even that. I was out for a count, by the way.
Brilliant, what a guy, man.
So what did you wear on your wedding day?
So it's a nice suit.
What colour?
Nice big colours, I think.
Like
Royal Blue.
Did you actually? Who was your best man? Was Barry your best man?
Durante was chatting your door, wasn't he?
Do you want to know who's the best man?
This is good.
What do you think?
Barry.
It was going to be Barry, but Barry was only, 13 at the time, 14. So I couldn't give him a bottle of bucky or anything, to get him. But didn't fancy him with the speech.
Jenny Britton.
So it was
Me Durante.
it was my pal Jim, called him a quiet man, so he filled in. But Barry would have been the best man. So he would have.
Where was Durante?
Durante, he was in the shop. What was he stayed on? When I was, they were all stayed on.
He's been a shop
the hats boys in the shop.
Every shop
You and Durante went up to the room and Carol stayed at the wedding?
They were good times. We had a good wedding apart from that. That's the only thing.
Were you at Durante's wedding?
The night time. Just at night.
Did you not go to the field day?
No, what was happening? Something was happening. I was just at the night time. I can't remember, man. It's a long time ago.
What did you wear at his wedding?
I can't remember. What are you going to wear at your
I'm married. I've been married for years.
You wore a wee sort of Bondi suit, didn't you? Bondage at
Are you married?
Married,
Of course she is.
What was your first dance?
His brother.
Sure.
My brother.
Was his speech good?
No, I had a shocker.
That's the worst, isn't it?
It's hard.
Have you ever been the best? Have you ever been? No, I've never done it. Have you ever done the best man?
Nah, I wouldn't go for it. I would just recline the offer. So I like
Decline the offer.
Recline or not.
Could you be my best man?
I just like to sit back in the audience and just enjoy.
You like seeing people have a good time, didn't you?
I love seeing people having a good time.
What was your first dance?
It's something
You must remember.
Oh, yeah, was it?
Any arcade one?
By the way, if I was well, we should read our vows and all that and get married.
I'll be done. That'd be amazing.
Could you come?
I'll invite you. Easy time.
You're actually 10 years married next year. We were thinking about having a party here.
Oh, you gave me aye.
Right.
Fancy
You
it.
should do that. Aye. Just every 10 years.
How do you look back at your 10 year?
Oh, bliss.
Brilliant.
It's been good.
Is it improved?
Couple.
Is it pressure? You're the football. Is it are you keeping it away from you?
No, it's difficult, mate.
You got to kind of separate the two.
Steph's great at that though, isn't she? Steph knows how to deal with that.
I heard your assistant manager was running about like a madman and saying the other night. Want to smash people.
No players, he's want to smash people, brilliant.
Right, on to recruiting. Right, we went on to recruiting here. Right, Dale, I'm going straight for you.
Right, thanks for that.
I'm worried about her. I'm honestly worried about her. Yeah, I'm really say I feel right that by the way.
Right. Lonely over her.
I could see you like, keeping her company during the day.
It's me
walking through the streets of Bologna.
Jesper. What is it called? Jesper.
Yes.
A Vespa. A Vespa.
Be Vespa, what?
Me and him the Vespa.
Where would you go in the Vespa?
Where would they go? I just scoot about town, don't you?
I'd love to watch him on that, would you?
In Glasgow or in Italy?
Well, I had a wee shot of your
scooter, you're wild on that.
No, I like that.
Right, here we go. I'm really interested to see you pick here because you've never turned your back on him. Aberdeen Livingston.
Livingston. Do you know something? I think Aberdeen needed that one last week. What a goal it was, by the way. The young boy they've got loan for Liverpool.
What a player, Clarkson. That's a lovely ball.
And we're talking about Liverpool struggling for a midfield, you know, and you look at that young fella, what a goal. That's what you get with young boys. But Livingston never played that well against Motherwell. I think there'll be a wee reaction. I don't know, I just think that might be a draw.
Did they not win up there last year, Livingston?
Aye, they did.
Livingston are
scored.
But they never played that well. They'll be disappointed with their performance and the result against Motherwell. I think they might get a wee reaction. And I just think we're too used to thinking Aberdeen, because they're at home, they'll have too much. I think that'll be a stuffy game. I think that could be a draw.
How did you get the boy Clarkson for Liverpool? What connections there? Because that's some signing.
Well, obviously, the wee fella goes to...
Ramsey.
So maybe Ramsey, there's been a bit of conversation there and they said, could you help us out in a certain department? So I tell you what, they've won a watch with that boy.
100%. Looks like a right good football player.
Right, Derek, St Mirren Hibs.
St Mirren Hibs. I'm going to go for St Mirren. There you go, I'm going to go. I was thinking again, you look at that and think, it will be a tight game. But it's a game that I think Hibs might dominate more of the ball at St Mirren. And that's what the manager was talking about. They're decent on the counter-attack.
Aye, see when you think of Hibs, if you had Aiden on the left, Nisbet and Boyle, that's one of the greatest front three in Hibs.
They're not there, but that's what I'm saying, but you need them
fit. You need them fit because you can't give them fit.
What is the story with Nisbet?
I think he's still quite a bit away.
Is he?
I think so.
And then Aidan McGeady's still a good bit away. So there you go.
I'm going to ask you, Rangers coming back for Europe.
Aye. They'll change it up.
Is that Saturday?
Because it was, that is Saturday.
Because they played Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, aye.
So they'll change it. They've got enough. If you look at the bench that Rangers have got, so. And I tell you what, it was roasting there last night. Nearly 30 degrees.
I look, because Van Bronckhorst had the shot rolled up, didn't he?
Aye, so it was, but it'll change a few things. Right, Rangers 2-0.
Rangers,
I think that's the other
so
day.
I should have done 1, 2, 3, and last but not least, I'm going to give you. I know you're going to pick this. Kilmarnock Motherwell.
I know that's I've got a wee feeling Motherwell going to win that. And I know they're on their own turf and that, Kelly, they're desperate for a win, Kilmarnock. I just get a wee feeling that Motherwell under Stevie Hamill, just the way they play, I just think they have a wee bit too much for Kelly. So I'm going to, again, let all them tight, but I think Motherwell could edge that one. So I'm going to go with Motherwell.
What's your 4 picks on the doors?
Right, so who am I asking?
Yeah, Slaney.
Slaney. Right, I'll go straight to that game up at Pittodrie. What's your take on that?
I'm going to go home win there, Aberdeen 2-1. 2-1.
Right. I'm going to go with the Jambos against St Johnstone. I mean, St Johnstone are struggling a wee bit.
I don't think that'll be as comfortable as you think.
I don't know.
No. Hearts are playing tonight, you know. 3-0 Hearts.
Aye. Right, I'm going to give you your team. They're up at Tannadice. But I want a scoreline. Dundee United against Celtic. A scoreline.
5-1 Celtic.
Wow.
I'll write it down just in case we forget.
5-1.
And would that put Jack Ross under pressure?
No.
No, okay.
Too early.
One to go, and I'm going to go with that St Mirren Hibs game, because it's a toss of the coin, but I just think I
don't know when to put the boy Lee Johnson. I That's where I can base it on.
Well, I tell you what, he made changes very quickly, didn't he, against Rangers after half an hour. Changed it to a couple of half.
Did he make a couple of subs?
Changed the shit.
Very early on.
He was very honest in terms of thought, I'm still working here, I'm going to change it. And obviously I'm not happy with the boys coming off, but fair play to him.
I think that's changed though now. I think back in the day when yourself came off fairly, everybody's like, but see now, I think when managers can notice we're struggling here in a certain area of the picture, or something, you need to change it, what's going to work for your system or how you play, whatever. I'll go with a draw there, 2 each.
2 each, right? Fair play.
I get battered last
night. Is there a
night.
forfeit for somebody gets it up? For the other one?
Somebody gets it up. You getting up this weekend, aye?
This weekend, wouldn't I imagine so. Result dependent, probably.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't talking. I was talking about your result.
Oh, right.
That's what it's all about.
Last night with Rangers fans.
The other thing just
kind of kept saying PFL beating.
What, on Instagram?
He kept clipping every bit I say. Right. PFL win easy.
Did you say easy?
I said they're out easy. Dismissed anybody that said they weren't.
Did you?
You were pretty confident.
I was very confident.
Did you think him when final whistle went?
Did I?
Think of him? Nah.
At the final whistle?
Think of the battle I should get.
No.
I don't. Do you know what? No, I don't mind it at all. I love it all. It's just all about it. Well, innit, again.
So. I never even
Did you think about him at any time when you were eating that ice cream?
I'm afraid not. I was too concentrated in the game.
Where was Carol Kitchen?
Carol was actually watching the game. She's a football fan.
She ice cream or not?
No.
What was she in?
No, she was just sitting there with a cup of tea. She watches the football. She's getting an opinion on the football now.
Good on her.
She never had.
Does she know about shapes and all that?
Oh, she's throws a few good shapes. She's not bad.
Brilliant. What a hero he is. The greatest guy that's ever stepped through and goal history.
Ferguson.
Brilliant. What a man.
To the next level.